Yo, I got merch. Go check it out on my Redbubble. Link is in the description. Hiya, I'm Paranoid Rat. Please keep all arms and rat tails inside the vehicle at all times. You know, safety precautions, blah blah blah, whatever. Moving on. Anyways, art. This is a video I've had a handful of you guys begging me to do, and I finally caved, and I've done it. I've done it. Aren't you proud of me? So now, before I start, let me just give a quick disclaimer, because I'm sure if you clicked on this video, you know what I'm doing. And I just want to say I am not a furry, and I'm not pretending to be a furry. Although, I do find the community really interesting, and I have a handful of friends who are, and I think it's cool and interesting. This video is just said to be a persona, but really it's more of me exploring anthro art, which I actually really love and enjoy doing. I've drawn some anthro characters a handful of times before, and it's really fun, and I think it's a cool art style and look. So I thought I would take a stab at turning myself into a rat man, lore accurate ratsona, you could say. And because I think it's fun, and I want to draw myself as a rat, because I love rats, and I am a rat in all ways but physical until now. And because a lot of you guys were begging for this video. And here we go. That's what's happening this week. Huzzah. So, per usual, I start out with a lot of sketching. I haven't really done anthro art in a while, so this took a bit of time to figure it out. I was a bit shaky and just uncertain, and not really remembering how to do it, honestly. I did a lot of scrolling on Pinterest for research to figure out how other people draw anthropomorphized rats. For some reason, just trying to get the face right really gave me a lot of trouble. But I think I sorted it out eventually once I kind of just figured out the shapes a lot better. And in drawing this, I did remember I actually have done a rat person for a video before. If you've been around for a while, I'm sure you remember this one right here. This was fun. It's pretty similar, just now different. I'm very articulate today, can you tell? And I also really like rats. I think my favorite part of this process was just playing with the shapes and shape language. I really enjoyed using a more dramatic, sharper shapes for stylization in the silhouette or whatever. Okay, and so I got the face and I got the body down, but for some reason I was more indecisive on the outfit than usual. I thought about giving it my more normal Sona outfit that my little Sona thing wears, and I also wear in real life because I love this outfit. But I don't know, I kind of wanted to draw something different, but still have the same feel and style as my Sona, in my general style, but just be something a bit different because I want to draw something else. So I was playing with the punky, grungy look. I initially started with my favorite combo of a tank top / binder thing and baggy cargo shorts. But then I went down a whole rabbit hole of different styles and looks with baggy pants and t-shirts and even a skirt for a little bit, just playing around. And I did end up going with my original thought, which is how I really enjoy dressing in real life. I also like the shorts because I really enjoy drawing animal legs like this, and it would be a damn shame to cover those up, right? In the end, I ended up just making the top blank. I kind of wanted to do my rib cage look because it's fun, but it just felt too cluttered, so I think keeping it just blank black just made the design a lot stronger and better to look at. I did throw on a little unbuttoned button shirt thing. I actually recently got this exact shirt and had been wearing it the day I was drawing this, and I loved it, so of course I had to draw it on my character, and I think it fits. So, I think I've talked about this in previous videos, but I can't stress how helpful it is to do preemptive sketches in a drawing, in a character design or something like this. I know sometimes it's fun just to launch into the final design, and let's be honest, I still do that a lot. Especially if I don't really have time or patience, and it's not really a big deal if it looks weird. But whenever I just take a little bit of time to do a bunch of messy sketches beforehand to play with different aspects of the design, it really pays off in the end. Sometimes I don't really have the time or energy, as I said before, but when I do, it's really fun, honestly, and I like this step of the process, just sometimes I can't get around to it. It's also fun, like, so you can see how the design evolves over time. And generally, my rule of thumb when I'm doing early concept sketches for a piece is if I have an idea, I draw it. Sometimes it'll be terrible and you'll hate it, and sometimes it can spark a better idea, or sometimes it'll just be the little piece you need to make it better, and you can't really know until you're done, until you try it. So it's like visual brainstorming. And if you don't try it out before, like, it's really hard to know if it's gonna be good or not. So you're basically just like throwing out free ideas and wasting them when that could actually be like exactly what you needed and make the design so much better and stronger. And again, it's really fun being able to see how the design evolves. And if you start getting stuck, you can kind of go back originally, where it's like almost like keeping track of your work. And I don't know, it's a really helpful step for me. And I guess it's not for everybody. None of these things are. But this one helps me. It's fun. And whenever I have the time and I really want to make something good, this is how I do it. And now going into the colors, I stuck to a pretty similar color palette that I usually use for my characters. I was a bit iffy on what I wanted to do for the fur, but I think this like warm pinkish gray works. I did toss around the idea of doing a full pink rat look because I thought that would be funny, but my friend yelled at me to be normal, so fine, I'll be normal and just give it pink hair. Whatever. I don't feel like there's a ton of like tonal diversity in the end, which I'm not thrilled about. But no way do I have the patience or energy to go back and fix it, so I'm just going to use the color contrast. But I think if I were to do this again, I would try to make the tones a lot more different to really make them pop more, because I feel like, I don't know, it all just kind of got like a little bit more samey in the end, which I don't love. It's fine, just not my preference. I'm really happy with this drawing in the end. It was actually really fun, and I like drawing rats, so win-win. I'm honestly shocked I'm not a furry by now. In middle school, I had almost every like young furry canon event, but my internet access was extremely limited, so I was unfortunately completely unaware that furries even existed, and I just pretended I was a warrior cat on my own. Yes, I was a warrior cat, please don't yell at me. And since I seem to have a bit extra time, I thought I would just answer the many questions about what brushes I use. I don't use that many brushes. I used to use a ton more, but I've gotten a lot more comfortable with my style, and I only use like 2 or 3. I use Procreate, and in there's the calligraphy section, and it has this magical brush called Streaks. Since it's calligraphy, the stabilization is insane, so I just go in and edit that a tad and just make it a bit more controlled from, like, I have a bit more control over it. I mostly use this brush for my line art, and then as my texture and jack of all trades brush for rendering. I also made a duplicate version of this that I made a smoother version that I call it Smooth Criminal because I'm normal. So it's, really good if I need to just do a stronger line or color in a way that's just a lot less textured. But I still really like the feel of this brush, so I still have like what I'm comfortable with, but also a bit better from what I'm doing. And then I also use the Nikki roll as my blending brush and just turn the opacity down really low so it doesn't which just lessens its power, I suppose. Occasionally I'll use something out of these few for special occasions, but I do like 98% of my digital art with these. I'm sure you've all heard this 1,000 times, but brushes don't equal good art. I really just recommend playing around with what you have and finding what you like and how you can make them work well for you and your style. Or like edit them and make them your own. Because it's all like very personally based, and you can have the brushes that you can have the fancy expensive brushes that the artist you love has, but if you aren't comfortable using and don't know how to use them well, it's not going to work great. But I think it's also helpful sometimes just to see what other people are using, if that makes sense. Anyways, yeah, that's my Fursona thing. This was a ton of fun, and now you guys can stop yelling at me to draw Fursona. Huzzah! I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I enjoyed the process, and now I have a Ratman version of myself. It sounds good to me. And as always, thank you for watching and sticking to the end. This video felt really short for some reason. Sorry about that, but I'll be back with more art next week, hopefully. Feel free, like, comment, subscribe to support me, or just lurk ominously in the corner. I respect that, honestly. And with that, I conclude the rat meeting. You are free to go now. Again, you can check the description for my shop link if you want a paranoid rat shirt or sticker or something. I will have more designs up there soon when I can get my act together. Until then, ciao. Good luck in the art world. I can't do outros anymore. Goodbye.